Yo, what's up, guys? What a win tonight by the Toronto Raptors, guys. Defeating the Cleveland Cavaliers in overtime, guys, and forcing a Game 7, 112-110, guys, in overtime for the Raptors. Man, oh man, I'll give this team some credit, guys. After going down 2-0 in this series, to force themselves a Game 7, you can't be nothing but proud of the way this Toronto Raptors team has handled themselves in this 7-game series, guys. Like I said, going down 2-0 in this series, coming back to Toronto, winning both those games, having sensational performances by RJ and Scotty. You had the same thing in Game 4, not as great offensively, but you won that game through great toughness, defense, win that game by a very short margin, of course. Losing the game to Cleveland the other night, obviously, was a bit of a backbreaker, of course, because you knew the Raptors could have found a way to win that game, come back here to Toronto, maybe close up this series. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out our way. But give this team some credit tonight, guys. A lot of guys dealing with injuries, of course. Brandon Ingram not playing in this game tonight due to this heel issue that he's obviously re-aggravated, of course. So not seeing B.I. obviously hurts quickly. He's obviously out for the entire series. Scotty Barnes has been dealing with a quad issue. You got guys like CMB dealing with issues. So a lot of guys are banged up, going through it right now. Obviously, a lot of people question Brandon Ingram and not playing in this game to the injury, after seeing Scotty Barnes dealing with his issues. Clearly, they're two different injuries. Clearly, Brandon Ingram's injury is a lot more severe than a lot of people think, of course. So I don't want to be going out there and saying that Brandon Ingram's, not going to play through his injury. He's a bit of a wuss, all that other stuff. So it is what it is regarding his injury. He has not been great this series. It's been very frustrating, of course. The money we're paying him hasn't shown up. Getting this injury on top of it. Same with Quickly as well, making a lot of money. Very frustrating, of course, guys. But the guys that did play tonight, you got to give them credit and kudos, man. They just grinded out this game, found a way to win. You had a lot of fouls in the first half. Guys got into foul trouble early, like Jamal, Yak, and RJ. Those guys had 3 fouls, each at like halftime. Raptors got themselves into foul trouble, of course. Cleveland was taking shots, because of the amount of team fouls. Cleveland had started out the game well. They had a lot of opportunities. The Cavaliers, really doing a good job offensively, of course, getting on the glass as well. Guys having 6 offensive rebounds in the first half. Cleveland was shooting the ball 45%. But the Raptors, guys, even though Cleveland started off the game well, the Raptors started to battle, started to defend better, really doing a good job neutralizing James Harden tonight. Donovan Mitchell for most of the game until the fourth quarter, of course. But I felt the Raptors did a great job. Moved the basketball around. Scotty Barnes was absolutely sensational in that first half, guys. Scotty had 10 assists, 14 points on 21 minutes of play in the first half, man. Like, Scotty did not come off the floor. And just Scotty, man, this guy here leading the way for the team, guys, with that incredible spin move on Harden. Getting that dunk as well, just incredible enthusiasm, showing the amount of hunger and energy that he did after that dunk. Playing the way he's played this entire series with the injury, like I mentioned. Scotty Barnes is just showing what a leader he is, where he could take this team going forward, of course, just having an incredible first half. And then RJ Barrett as well, guys, just doing some incredible things this series, guys. Obviously, a lot of people wanted RJ gone at the deadline because, having a team-friendly contract, maybe not wanting to pay him over $30 million. You're very understandable, guys. But RJ Barrett has been nothing but sensational this series, guys. Averaging only 24 points a game in this series, having 15 at halftime, 5 of 8 from the field, drawing fouls, getting to the line, guys. Cleveland, even though they had more of the whistle in that first half, having 12 free throws compared to the Raptors too, the Raptors were able to stay in this game, fight and battle, get points in the paint as well. The Raptors did a good job at that, guys, having 26 points in the paint, guys, compared to Cleveland's 22. Did a really good job getting easy buckets down low in their paint there, guys. Cleveland did turn the ball over 10 times in the first half, so they were a little bit careless with the basketball. The Raptors had 14 points off turnovers, guys, 13 fast break points. So that was what the Raptors were doing a great job of, guys, getting stops on defense. Cleveland was missing shots as well. The Raptors were able to move the ball in transition, get easy buckets, had some great stops defensively. Like I said, guys, as well, like I just mentioned with the fouls, the Raptors had to be careful. A lot of guys in foul trouble. Jamal said having 3 fouls in the first half. Jamal said absolutely battled in this game, guys, especially in the second half, having those 3 fouls, and to foul it at the end of the game there, guys, did a really good job, showed a lot of discipline in that game tonight, guys. Jamal Shea did, and obviously, A lot of these guys are, this is their first time experiencing a playoff atmosphere like this, a game 6. Every possession is tight, and you can see guys like Jamal Shed, Jacoby Walter as well, guys. Jacoby was absolutely sensational in this game, and in the first half having 13 points on 4 of 6 shooting, way better than the last game that he had in Toronto. Of course, guys, having no field goals made in that game. Jacoby was sensational. Him, RJ, and Scotty leading the way in double figures, guys, in points. Yak didn't do very much, wasn't productive today, had 0 points at half. Jamal was great with 6. Colin Murray-Bowles with 6, was having a way better game tonight than he did the other night in Cleveland. Jamison Battle had 5 points, had some decent minutes as well. Mamu only played 8 minutes, having 2 points. Mamu did have a great game tonight, guys, but the Raptors, I felt, did a great job in that first half. Took the lead at halftime. Mobley was the only guy leading in double figures with 11 points. He was doing some really good things. Evan Mobley, this guy here, making his shots, making his three, getting those extra rebounds, getting down low in the post there. Mobley was doing some great things, guys, but the Raptors did a great job neutralizing guys like Harden and Mitchell, who had 8 and 7 at half. Allen only had 8. Strus had 6. So they were spreading the wealth a little bit. I felt the Raptors guys were just sensational defensively. Other than getting rebounds, of course, Cleveland was the better team at getting the second chance possessions, getting the rebounds, limiting the Raptors for getting second chance opportunities. The Raptors only had 4 offensive rebounds, so not a lot of second chance opportunities for the Raptors, so they had to make their possessions count. And that's exactly what the Raptors did in this game, guys. Cleveland had 12 second chance points in the first half compared to our 7. So they had a little bit more of the possession there, guys. But in the third quarter, CMB, I thought, was absolutely sensational in that third quarter, guys. CMB had 7 points in that third quarter, got to his spots, got in the post there, did some great things down low in the paint there, guys. Great things defensively as well. Had a couple steals, a block. So CMB was great, guys. RJ was doing some great things as well offensively. Got that N1, showing his muscles a little bit. Loved what I saw there from RJ in this game. Scotty continued to do what he did, guys, pushing the ball down the floor. Obviously, in the fourth quarter, these guys looked a little bit tired, but the Raptors, were able to go on that run, guys, continue to keep the lead as it was, not letting Cleveland come back until the fourth quarter, unfortunately, where Cleveland, outscored the Raptors, guys, 23-12. Mobley was making threes. He was really a thorn in the side tonight for the Raptors, guys. Mobley had 26 and 14 tonight on 9 of 15 shooting. He was fantastic tonight. For me, guys, Cleveland's best player tonight for the Cavaliers, guys, So Mobley was causing issues tonight on the perimeter, down low in the paint there. Got a lot of second chance opportunities to Cavs. Raptors looked dead, missing a lot of shots. It looked like a repeat of what we saw in Game 5, guys. Just settling, forcing shots, missing a lot of shots, turning the ball over, just really frustrating. A lot of guys went cold again in that fourth quarter. Cleveland just turning it up a notch offensively. Mitchell had 11 in the fourth. He was starting to fire it. Mobley as well. Harden was making some decent passes. Maryland Wade obviously had some shots as well, but they were missing shots a lot. The Raptors are very lucky that Cleveland missed a lot of shots in that fourth quarter, especially at the end of the game, that they could not bury their shots, letting the Raptors get those rebounds, giving the Raptors a chance to win this game, guys, because it was not a pretty fourth quarter, to say the least, guys. The Raptors were they were barely hanging on in that fourth quarter. I was getting nervous, I was saying to myself, if they don't pick it up, defensively, get some stops, and find a way to get some easy baskets, it was going to be an ugly end and maybe the possible ending of their season. But thank God, that the Raptors were able to get it to overtime after Mobley scored that last 2. Raptors had a chance with Jamal Shed. Had to, take that shot, by trying to avoid that block. Just slightly missed, unfortunately. The Raptors had to get to overtime. They looked really tired. I'm thinking to myself, God, another 5 minutes. Cleveland's got the momentum right now. I was very concerned, guys, that the Raptors their season might be ending, but give this team credit. Scotty was huge. CMB was big in overtime. RJ Barrett, but of course, coming up big for his city, guys. RJ Barrett bringing up a memory that us Raptor fans remember fondly back in 2019 with obviously Kawhi Leonard making that game-winning shot against the Philadelphia 76ers in Game 7 with those couple bounces, and just to see RJ's shot take the double bounce and fall into the hoop, I just said to myself, man, oh man, that brought back some great memories of 2019, guys. What a shot by RJ. Got the lucky bounce, gets that three-pointer, man, and Cleveland don't make their shot, miss the opportunity. The Raptors just squeak out a win there, guys. to get to Game 7. Just a hard-fought, gritty battle today by these boys today. It was a resilient effort tonight, guys. You know, they barely won, but you got yourself a Game 7, some of the best words in sports, unless, you know, you cheer for the hockey team in the city. Then you don't want to hear the word Game 7. Then your back just starts, you know, to seize up and you start to cringe a little bit. But with this team here, guys, in the Raptors, we have seen in the past in Game 7, of course, the Raptors have been able to get it done. Of course, this is a different team now, a new core. You know, Scotty's obviously banged up. You know, RJ has been playing some of the best basketball of his career, I think. You know, CMB's playing well. Jacoby's playing well. You know, this is just such a great experience for these young players, guys, where this team here is obviously going to learn from this experience going into the future, of course. For them to push it to 7 games, where a lot of people had this team either getting swept or losing in 5 or 6 games, we have proved a lot of doubters wrong in this series, guys. Incredible effort by the Raptors tonight to find a way to win this game in overtime. You know, outscoring Cleveland 8-6 in overtime. It was super tight, man. If we had just made that extra free throw, like I always say, guys, if you guys have been watching me this entire season, I always say it. Free throws. If Scotty makes that free throw, this game, it doesn't even get to overtime. The Raptors don't have to play that extra 5 minutes, but I'm just saying, you know, that could have been avoided, of course, but good on the Raptors to find a way to close out this game and get the win and find a way to get to Cleveland for a Game 7, guys. So you had guys like Scotty with 25, 7, and 14. Absolutely sensational tonight with the dunk, his defense, everything. Scotty Barnes is just rising into superstardom, guys. I think the NBA now is on notice of what a player Scotty Barnes is. Doesn't get the whistle, doesn't get the attention he deserves. Got completely overlooked for Defensive Player of the Year. Even though Wemby deserved to win, Scotty should have been a top 3 voter, guy, a top 3 candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Didn't even get looked at. You know, just incredible to me. What a season he's had. What he's done in these playoffs, guys. RJ Barrett as well, stepping up his game. 24, 9, and 3 times. 8 of 21 shooting. Obviously, not the best percentage-wise. Wasn't great in the fourth quarter. Was like 0 for 5 from the field in the fourth quarter, guys. But RJ played 43 minutes. Scotty played 47 minutes, guys. Like, these two here tonight really battled tonight for the Raptors. And RJ Barrett said it. He's a playoff performer. He loves these type of situations. This management has to seriously consider what are they going to do with RJ Barrett in the offseason, man? Because the way he's performing right now, a Toronto boy from Mississauga, I just find it very difficult to want to get rid of a player who just knows when to step up when it matters most, especially playing in his own city, his own hometown with his parents at every home game. It's going to be very difficult for me to see the Raptors trade this guy if there's any remote possibility of trading him in a package, maybe for a superstar. But I do not want to see RJ Barrett leave. He's a great option offensively. Sure, he has his defensive shortcomings, but he's been really solid for the Raptors in this series, guys. Very difficult decision coming up with RJ Barrett this offseason. I think we can all agree on that. But RJ has been absolutely fantastic, taking over the workload for Brandon Ingram, who has been non-existent in this series, guys, doing some great things. Yak wasn't great tonight. 2 points, 21 minutes. Non-existent tonight by Jakob Poeltl. Did some okay things defensively. Got a couple stops, but I'm pulling at straws there, guys. Trying to pull out some positives for Yak, of course. You know, Jamal Shed playing 33 minutes tonight, guys, on 7 points tonight. Just Jamal Shed is a dog on a bone when it comes to playing defense, man. Just, he's a workhorse defensively. Obviously, offensively, has some things to work on, of course, but I love what Jamal Shed brings to this team, guys. Just brings energy, grittiness, toughness. Just, he's just a nice young player who's only going to get better. Gives me Fred VanVleet vibes, to say the least, guys. Obviously, he's Jamal Shed, brings his own thing to the table, but he just reminds me a lot of Freddie. And, of course, we're the number 23 as well, ironically enough. Jacoby, great tonight as well, playing 43 minutes as well tonight, guys. 24 points on 7 of 13 shooting, man. And Jacoby's just another bright spot, another piece to add for the future, guys. Just another guy who's only going to get better with time. His shot has dramatically improved. Of course, defensively, he's dramatically improved. His shot making has improved. Decision making as well. Jacoby was sensational tonight, guys, to say the least. Defensively, locked down Harden a few times tonight. Mitchell as well. He was sensational tonight, guys. Jacoby Welch was. CMB having a way better game tonight compared to last game. Having 17 points on 39 minutes, 6 of 10 from the field, man. CMB is an absolute stalwart, guys. A bull. Such a strong player, great defensively, man. Great job on defending on the inbounds as well. We all remember what he did defensively on Donovan Mitchell in Game 4, guys. So this kid here, man, between him and Jacoby, of course, RJ and Scotty, these guys here are all entering their prime or just about to enter it, man. And it's really good to see that these guys here are getting experience and seizing the moment. They are not afraid to seize the moment. They are not afraid of the moment in general. And being in the city of Toronto, guys, we have seen with other sports teams where they don't stand up, they don't seize the moment, they aren't afraid, they are afraid of the moment. These guys here have shown the exact opposite and have taken it by the neck and said, we are going to go down fighting. We are not going to go down being scared. We're going to go down fighting and just hoping to God we can find a way to win a ball game and continue our season for a few more nights. And that's exactly what they did. They grinded out this game in fourth quarter and overtime, guys. But just a sensational win tonight by the Raptors. Mobley was sensational tonight, 26 and 14, 9 and 15 shooting. Mitchell was great, especially in the fourth, having 24, 5 and 12. Harden only had 16 on 5 of 14, had 9 rebounds, 9 assists. He wasn't horrible tonight, but he wasn't amazing tonight. We all know the shortcomings James Harden has in the playoffs. Going to be very interesting to see how he performs in a Game 7. We all know how James Harden has performed in previous Game 7, and he has not stood up to the challenge, and hopefully to God he can do it one more time on Sunday, guys. Well, other than that, guys, you had Harden with 16, Wade with 10, Merrill only had 2, Schroeder had 7, didn't cause a problem like he did last game. Tyson only had 5, guys. So Raptors did a great job neutralizing the shooters. Strus only had 6. Defensively, the Raptors, guys, were way better than the Cavs. Showed that hunger, showed that determination for most of the game tonight. Unfortunately, we saw it slipped up a little bit in the fourth quarter. But like I've been saying, guys, we grinded. Even though Cleveland did out-rebound the Raptors 65 to 48, had 19 offensive rebounds compared to our 10. You know, the Cleveland had 22 second chance points compared to our 10, guys. 54 points in the paint compared to our 48. 17 points off turnovers. We had 25, guys. Cleveland had 18 turnovers. We had 16. We had 20 fast break points compared to Cleveland 6, guys. Listen, Cleveland did some great things on the boards. Got second chance opportunities. We're okay with the field goal, guys. Field goal percentage with 43%. Not so great with the 3 shooting, 27%. The Raptors were a little bit better in that aspect, of course, shooting 46% from the field, 36% from 3, guys. Free throws, 19 of 23. Like I always say, free throws, gotta be perfect or 90 to 95%. Everybody game, guys. No, 13 steals for the Raptors, guys. Like, incredible job defensively, guys. 27 assists on 40 made field goals, guys. Well, we got one more game left, guys, to see what happens in this Raptors seasons, guys. You know, Raptors led most of the way in this game until the end of the fourth, guys, and overtime. But give the Raptors credit, man. One more game left to decide if their season continues, guys. Listen, they got a tall task going to Cleveland 0-10 in the playoffs, guys. A 10-game losing streak in Cleveland, of course, guys. If the Raptors want to continue their season, they're going to have to snap that streak, and they're going to have to be the first team to win on the road in this series to continue their season, guys. But, guys, what a spectacular win tonight for the Toronto Raptors, guys. Led the way with Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Jacoby, CMB. Those guys were sensational. Jamal Shed, guys. One more game left to see if they continue their season. They're going to need to play, guys, 48 full minutes, not 36 or, or 42 or 43, 46 bloody minutes on Sunday to try to continue your season. It is a very tall task to go into Cleveland where they're very comfortable at home. Do the Raptors have a shot? Absolutely. It's going to be very, very difficult, though. But I think they have a chance, guys. We're just going to have to hope to God that they have their best game of the series on Sunday, guys, in Game 7. 2 of the best words in sports, guys. But, guys, thank you very much for watching, as always, guys. We'll love to your thoughts and opinions on this one, guys. So, if you like this video, subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Go Raptors, go as always, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode of Raptors Unfiltered. Ciao, guys.